Welcome to Dr. K Speaks, and I'm Dr. K. I'm here to help you to navigate through the many challenges in your life's journey so that you might ultimately become the highest version of yourself. And yes, right now, what I'm going to do is talk about how to use your imagination to create the life that you want. I'm going to be going through my vision boards. We called them image pages back in the day, but I'm going to be going through my vision board slash image pages to show you just how powerful the imagination is. And I utilize vision boards and visualization to create the life that I want, all through my imagination first. That's where it all started, with my imagination. So, because I did it and other people did it, I know that you can do it as well. And also, I want to let you know that in my book, I Rewired My Brain, My Journey to Freedom, I talked about the vision boards and I gave detailed explanations on how to create the vision boards. And I also talk about how vision boards can help to rewire your brain so that you can become the highest version of yourself. So, without further ado, I am getting ready to show you my journey of what I did to level up and use my imagination to create the life that I'm living right now, which is the life that I wanted. Okay, so now let me go to the next vision board that I had. Now I want to say this with this next one. Next one is one that I created for my kids. Now, when we're doing vision boards, when you're using your imagination to create the life that you want, you can't create in anybody else's universe. You can only create in yours. But in this particular vision board that I created, it's it was for my kids because I wanted to let them know, because I was a divorced mom at that time, raising my kids in the hood, and it was like dangerous as all get out. They were losing friends left and right to guns, just violence all on the street. We were going to funerals so often. It was horrible. But I wanted my children to know that, hey, it's a bigger picture here that we got, and that you are all valuable. And I focused on them learning things. I focused on them knowing God and having a relationship with God. So in this particular vision board right here, I got pictures of all of my children on there and then me in the middle. And you can't see everything in it. But what I did with this was, and I'll just tell you some of the stuff that's on here. It's got joy in youth, perfect love, family spirit, support, God sent celestial answers to life, mastery of life, quality learning, self love, self healing, balance, mindfulness, peace, the best sports performance because my kids were into sports, unlimited possibility, serenity, creativity. I always pray. So, what I did with this particular vision board was I put it on the refrigerator. Why? Because my children were always in and out of the refrigerator all the time, and I put it at an eye level. So this kind of worked as like the billboards that you see on the street when you're driving by, and there's billboards all up everywhere. Those billboards are there, and they work much like these vision boards because they condition your mind to move in the direction of whatever that billboard is about. So companies create these billboards so that you can buy their products or have whatever mindset that they want you to have. It's a way of programming. So I put this here for my kids on the refrigerator, and they saw it all the time. And at first they used to look at it and everything, but then after a while they probably weren't paying it any attention because they would just like go in the refrigerator and grab what they were trying to grab. But think about this: when you're driving down the street and you see those billboards up there, you're not driving your car and looking up at the billboards. So just as it flashes before your eyes, even in your peripheral, it's still going in and conditioning you. Because if the billboards didn't work, then they wouldn't still be out there, because billboards cost a lot of money. And the billboards have been out way before I was born, before you were born. Billboards, they go all the way back to people being dressed in a doctor's coat advertising cigarettes. Okay, so that's a long time ago, and we all know that no doctors would advertise like that now, because we know that the nicotine, the cigarettes can cause cancer. They even have the warning on the cigarettes. But anyway, getting back to this was like the billboard for my kids. And as a result of this going in addition to all the things that I was focusing on with them and teaching them, I have this right here of my children. And they all graduated from high school, and a lot of their friends did not even make it because a lot of their friends actually died. Some of them ended up in prison and all kinds of other horrible things. But as a result of me using the vision board, in addition to me teaching my children, the vision board went into their imagination and they could see all of this stuff that I was trying to get them to understand. And as a result of that, they all finished high school and they all went to college. Now, it was really interesting. My youngest son, he went to college for a little while, but college wasn't for him. But guess what? Now, he and his friend, they just opened up a bank, and his friend is the owner of a bank. And my son is the higher up in that particular bank and on his way to owning his own bank. So the imagination is very, very, very powerful in creating the life that you want. My daughter, she got her master's degree, and my son, my oldest son, he has his bachelor's degree, and he always had that entrepreneurial spirit. When he was a little boy, he used to shovel the snow, and the shovel was bigger than him. And remember, I was on welfare, and so my kids wanted certain things, and so they went out and worked. My oldest son had to shovel, and then it was different people in that neighborhood where they would wait on my son to come and shovel their snow. And then he raked leaves when it was time to rake the leaves. And there were certain people that waited on my son because those were his clientele. So he came and he raked their leaves. He also had his paper routes when he was younger, and when he got a car, then he got an even bigger paper route. And now he owns his own business where he sells t-shirts and he hand designs jewelry, working with crystals, and he's really into a lot of spiritual uplifting things. And so that's his journey. And my daughter has her master's degree in business because she always wanted to be a businesswoman. So again, I created this vision board to help condition their minds to move in the right direction, in addition to talking to them every day and demonstrating for them every day that you can be what you want to be. You just have to put your mind to it. And my children watch me go from welfare, living in the house in the hood where gunshots will be ringing out at any given time and you got to dive on the floor. They watch me go from that to living in my high rise off the water, and now my home I have now by the water, and having boats and cars and things that I had focused on, things that I told them that I wanted.